Hi and welcome to Little Bits Honeybees. I'm the Skinny Bee Man. People have been wondering what's going on. It's off season. Nothing happening in the bee yard. It's pretty nasty outside. Today's Saturday, 6th of December. It's like 33 degrees outside. So this is the time of year you need to be doing your winter chores. You got to make a plan up for the next season, what you want to accomplish. If that be making splits, making queens, you got to decide how many you're going to make. If you're going to make splits, make sure you're building your boxes. Have all that equipment ready. Frames, what I've been working on for the last couple, 3 weeks. You know, I go through over 1,000 frames a year. It takes a little while to get 1,000 frames put together the way I put them together. But you got to have a plan. You can't work from a plan. If you're going to raise queens, you're going to have to decide how many. And you got to plan for it. If you're just making a few, you don't have to worry too much about getting drone comb put in. You'll have plenty of drones to make, 100 or 2 queens. But you get in that 500 queens a year, then you got to think about drones, and that starts from day one when the bees start working in the spring on drone management. Like I say, I've been working on frames for a few weeks. Got all my split boxes ready, mating boxes ready for the spring. They're already in the new yard. We'll get some new videos of the new yard this year, working out there. Got a couple skids of sugar that I've got ready to go for the summertime. Got it already stockpiled and ready to go. One announcement that I want to make, the new website's up. It's all automated. It does have Nukes 2020 Nukes sales on there. They're ready to go. You can order Nukes. Queens are not on there. They won't be on there till I've actually got them. I want to give a thanks to Jason Braggs for helping me with the new web page. He basically built it. Helped me. I mean, I provide the information, but he took care of all of it, and I'm pretty well pleased how it works. Pretty automated, pretty simple, but yet gets the job done. But on that, I'll just build a couple frames for you. I know everybody thinks frames is no big deal. Well, yes and no. I hate frames. It's probably the worst job I hate in the beekeeping. That's why I do it in the winter time when I ain't got nothing else to do. So versus being bored, I build frames. Typically on frames, I use 1.5" quarter crown coated staples. 1.5". I shoot them 2 staples in the top right here. You can see them right there. Shoot 1 staple on the bottom board. They're strong. You can't pull them apart. You can break it, but you ain't gonna pull them apart. The coated deal. Me personally, I use a cleated top bar, to put my starter strip in, and then I put fishing line in them. And I've tried all fishing line in all different directions in here. A lot of people just like to run them the old-fashioned way, straight across, horizontal. And I found that when you do that, they draw a lot of burr comb and nasty-looking comb. It just doesn't work that way. And I only use the frames that I'm showing you in the yard. I don't never put full foundation or plastic sheets in. And the fishing line does a couple things. If you're going to extract it, it keeps it from blowing out when you extract it. And when you going through hides and you go through as many as I do, I flip the frames like this. And if you don't have the fishing line in there and it's not attached on a new comb at the bottom and you do this, the wax falls out and you've lost it. If you don't have it, if you don't have fishing line in your frames, you got to pull them out, stand them on end, and rotate them to look at them, or you lose it. And also, what the fishing line does is, when you're hauling bees from different place to the other, it keeps the comb from breaking off, especially in the summertime. But when I make frames, I use 5/8 wire nails, 4 of them. There's 4 holes in the side. I've tried light fishing line poundage. I've tried heavy. I've tried 30s as heavy as I've ever used. I don't particularly like the 30 pound. This here, I've come to the conclusion 20 pound test is about ideal. Would know the first one I get to. My holes are not cleaned out. But typically when you thread, I start in the upper right hand corner and you come down on the opposite side over here down to the 3rd hole. You put it in the 3rd hole, come around the outside of the frame, go in the top hole, come back to the right, go down to the 3rd hole. Wrap it around a few times, nail it off. That's why I wear a glove. Fishing line has a tendency to cut your hand. You come down to the 2nd hole, go to the bottom hole on the other side. Come back up, you only got 1 hole left. It's the 3rd one up from the bottom, 2nd one down from the top, whichever way you want to look at it. Put it in there, go to the bottom hole on this side. And a lot of people say, well, it's too much trouble. Well, it is a lot of trouble. But I can buy my frames, good frames, for 87 cents. The fishing line in it might cost a penny a piece for a frame, whatever. And my starter strip is, I make myself, so it didn't cost me nothing. If I was going to buy these frames, they're going to cost me almost $3 with the foundation in it, the wire and everything put together. And you go through 2,000 frames, that's $6,000, and there's not a big markup in bees. And I got to have something to do in the winter. But you end up, hopefully, yeah, I'm trying to see if you can see how this ends up. You end up with a double X. Here's the center of the X, and here's the X. And I find that they draw this really straight and faster than anything else. And like I said, I use a cleated top board. A lot of them, people break them out, but I try to cut mine out and keep it cleaned out on the bottom here. Now starter strips, well, I've tried inch pieces, 1.5 inch, 2 inch, half sheets. And I've come to the conclusion that a 3/4 strip works the best for getting it drawed out fast and just making a strong, just put it in there, make sure that it's down. Then I take my thumb right here and put pressure on it, staple it, come to the center, put pressure on it, staple it. The same thing there. Now this frame's done, except for you got to make sure it's square. You want to put it on there and make sure that frame's square, because if you don't, if they're not square, and you put it down in a box, the ends will be pushing the box. You're going to kill bees. You want to keep that bee space be true all the way down. But that's kind of what I've been doing this winter. I've been not making many videos because not much to talk about. I'm working on getting another chat going here. I don't know if I'm going to get one in December or not. It's getting kind of late, and try to get a guest speaker. Maybe some people like. Enjoying doing the chats. They don't do very good on YouTube as far as people watching them, but the people that do watch it, they're going to learn something, and I appreciate those people that watch them backing me. But if I don't, excuse me, if I don't see you before Christmas, you guys have a Merry Christmas and a safe holiday, and we'll keep trying to put videos out there. Thanks for watching.